All right, Oji Wachiko is still with me, as we always are, every day in, day out, 7 days, okay, no, 5 days a week. Before we give ideas now, there will be no Sunday edition of the morning show. Barrister Chidi Ujoatumba, CEO Ujoatumba and Company human rights lawyer, joins us this morning as we discuss what is currently vibrating Enugu, and that is the imminent commissioning of the Hotel Presidential, which has been abandoned for so many years.
Presidential.
Right. Today, the ribbon will be cut.
Yeah.
Enugu residents, people who are there, alongside government officials, prospective investors, will be taking a leap into this building to commission it and see what the government has really done to refurbish and provide a new outlook for this hotel at the center, at the heart of the coast city. What's your reaction to this?
I'm happy about it. The whole reopening and refurbishing brings a reminiscence of what used to be the hub of entertainment, almost in the then south and east. So bringing it back to life, it's quite a reminiscence of so many things that I cannot even recall, even if you give me the rest of this day. So I think this government have touched the heartbeat of Enugu State by refurbishing that hotel, and this commissioning today, I know, will definitely not only bring it back to life, but add a lot of value to the people of Enugu State. Yeah.
Okay, everybody's asking this question. I guess Natalie too was asking the question yesterday when she was speaking to the Honorable Commissioner for Tourism, right? So funding and monies and all that, is it meant to be made public for Ndi Enugu?
Why, it's public money. If it is meant public, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But after the opening and refurbishing...
Apologies, Barrister Chidi. We just got a notification that your microphone has apparently just turned off itself. I don't know why. Maybe it vibrated too much. That time that it set, shook, it went off. Let's go on a quick break and fix this. The morning show will return in seconds. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're still watching the Afia Morning Show. Of course, we're still discussing the imminent commissioning of Hotel Presidential Enugu. Barrister Chidi is still here. And Oji asked a very important question about disclosure of financials, especially when taxpayers' money is being used. There's a cost for accountability, isn't it?
Also the ownership structure.
Yes.
Are all these meant to be made available for Ndi Enugu?
Exactly. They said once bitten, twice shy. When you delve into the management and actually what made that establishment to be run down to the ground, you can bear me witness that it has a lot to do with poor management, because most at times people will use it and they will not pay. Even when they pay, the money will not be plowed back into the business. So it made it to dilapidate to the point where no one can use it any longer. So when we talk about transparency, let us start from the grassroots. We know the place was shut down for almost 20 years before this government picked it up and worked on it. So how much has been invested in it? How much does the room go for? You understand? Is it going to be a PPP, or is Enugu State going to manage it on their own? I don't believe that Enugu State will have what it takes to manage that establishment. Let it be leased out or let it be handed over to either a local or a foreign-based tourism and hospitality company.
So you mentioned that, and that was disclosed in yesterday's interview, that Amber Hospitality would be running the hotel for the next 15 years. That was disclosed on that interview. And in case you've not seen it yet, you can head on straight to Afia News on YouTube and check out the interview with the Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, where she provides some insights on this hotel. But back to the question you said, you talked about value.
Yes.
That this is going to bring immense value to Enugu State. Could you clarify the kind of value that you speak of?
Okay, when you look at a facility of that magnitude, you can bear me witness that it's not just only lodging. Okay, when you look at it, holds a lot of memory together, and there are other things that brings family together. That was the very first time I learned how to swim. You understand? Their pool used to be an Olympic standard pool. During weekends, families used to lock around, and a lot of functions. They have like 3 to 4 multi-purpose hall, you understand, right inside there. So it will create a lot of employment for Enugu people, and it will look at the strategic location of that facility. You can blame me when it's a thing of pride. It's something that Enugu people will look at and they say, yes, we are proud that this is here and this is right, this is functioning right now. Most people who were born in Enugu during the 70s and during the 80s, that was their signature. That was something that they look up to. You know, the way those in Lagos look up to, was it the Museum Center or, you know, one building that like that. That anywhere you want to see it, this is Enugu. So it holds a lot of, you know, value, and it's a reminiscence of a culture and a tradition that has come to stay. So the governor bringing it back to life, I think it will also help people, both the young and the old, to cast their mind back and remember what used to happen there, the kind of people that Enugu State hosted there, you understand, and a whole lot of value. And, you know, this thing that he holds for Enugu people. And I think that if they can also bring in, or rather, like you've rightly pointed out, give it a top-notch management. Let it not be a flash in the pan. Let it not be a white elephant project. Let it not be that you go in there tomorrow and you will not also see a kind of, would I say, facility that will be commensurate, you understand, to the value that that place holds for Enugu people. And we want it to be top-notch, and we want it to come and stay, and we want it to last for a very long period.
So some critics argue that such luxury infrastructure serves only the elites and not the masses. What would you say to that line of thought?
And then that's a great question, because we heard from Ozo Ofokansi when he said that he believes that the hotel was being saved for the VIPs, the bourgeois, among the lawyers that will be gracing the state, the creme de la creme coming to Enugu. Definitely. That's what he said. So are we seeing some spots of elite ideas, judging by your conference coming up?
Yes, you cannot take the elite out of this circle of influence. You cannot. But there is department, in every department, there's division of labor, okay? Those who gonna fill in the rank and file, those who gonna work there, those who gonna receive weekly and monthly salary there, those who gonna go there and learn about hospitality. There are also people from rank and file.
The question is very specific. Yes. A fellow lawyer said that they will be reserving the Hotel Presidential for the elite lawyers, the bourgeois, the executives. So I'm asking you this question.
Yes.
Is it right to do that, or should it be for anybody to have access?
Okay.
Should there be that kind of...
If for the purpose of the NBA conference that is kicking off within the next couple of hours, if it is for the purpose of that, I don't see anything wrong in it. They will be paying, it's not free. They will be paying, it's not free. You can't just build a facility of that magnitude and you would want the cream, like the people to be there to launch it, to open it for you. They are the ones who will take the good message of the luxury of that place to other parts of the country and to other parts of the world. This is purely business. Enugu State will have to get back the money that they have invested. It is not charity. It's not a non-governmental organization. It's purely for business. So if only for the sake of this conference that the new refurbished Hotel Presidential has been reserved, you understand, for the elites.
But that is not what the state government is saying. That is what we're seeing the organizing committee saying.
Yes, they can buy it, they can book it for their senior advocate, they can book it for their invited guests, they can book it for those who are coming from outside the country to come and give speech and one thing or the other. They can book it.
But should it be so?
Yes, it should be so. If they have the facility, if they have the money, they can book it all. Let's look at proximity here. You drive in from the Hotel Presidential, you drive out from Hotel Presidential, you drive into the conference center. So for this time, Christmas is coming, you understand? There's a whole lot that people can now use it for, but for now, the conference is around the corner. If they have booked all of them or a lot of them, I don't see anything wrong with it. The government would want someone to patronize them, take the good news about the refurbishing all across the country so that the customer base can grow. I don't see anything basically wrong with it. But on a subsequent basis, there will be no reason for, leaving it only for the rich. If you can afford to pay to stay there for a night, I can't even wait to lodge there for a night and experience
realistically speaking,
what it's all look like.
If you decide to go and lodge at the hotel and you're not an executive, so to speak, I'm not sure anybody will stop you from.
Nobody will stop me.
So realistically speaking, that could just be a way of painting it, and that's luxurious. Realistically speaking, I don't see anybody stopping anybody.
Nobody can. I don't see Enugu State I know, and the kind of look at the transportation that was launched every other day. It's for everybody. The buses have been taking people almost to every part of this southeast. So I don't see that. It could be basically, like I rightly pointed out, for the sole reason of this conference that is around the corner. Apart from that, anyone can make use of the facility.
Harnessing or looking at all the infrastructures like springing up in Enugu State already, right? Do you think we are already set as that regional hub when it comes to tourism, or we still have more to do?
We still have more to do. The doors are opening because we have a visionary governor who have looked at these things and thought it worthwhile to invest the people's money into it. You understand? So that's what we call. That's why we're clamoring for good leadership, because the facility and the amount of finances and resources he had, other past governors had it too. Okay, but no one thought it to finish this project. So I think it's a thing of joy that these things are coming up. It's going to open Enugu State up. But that we're not going to stop there. We're not going to stop there. We still have to look at this Milk and Hill. We still have to look at there's another forest down there. We still have to look at other natural things, you understand, that can complement these ones. Probably when you lodge there, you can go out there and see natural life. You can go out there and look at all the scenery and bring all of them in one little compartment. And that's what Enugu State is going to offer you. But I think that they are doing a lot. They still have to go and do a lot so that they can rightly be said to be that place where if you are in, you don't need to go to any other place. You understand? You can have it all. Yeah.
But some critics argue too and say that all these things happening in Enugu are not what we need right now, though. So the question is, what do we really need in Enugu? Because they would say that, yes, they need investors to come and start springing up infrastructures like industries to get people employed and all that, right? So can you speak to their line of thought, to all these pessimists, right? So what do we really need in Enugu if these are not the things? Or is the government not communicating their strategies? There are leeways to stuff, right? You build this to attract this to, like the transportation, right? The first thing you meet when you come to a city is their transportation system. If it's fixed, if it's nice, if it's welcoming, then you can relax, move around and look at things. You can, point out issues I want to address. That's what business is all about. What problem can you solve that could generate revenue, right? So can you speak to their thoughts? These things they're saying that Enugu doesn't really need this. What does Enugu really need at this point?
Enugu needs it. Enugu needs other things, because observation of fact as a source of knowledge had made it clear that if the percentage of the population of Enugu is 100, 70% is youth. And most of these youth, they don't have jobs. So when we talk about good environment, when we talk about connectivity, transportation, and refurbishing things like this that makes Enugu, look good, we should also check on the plans of the government to set up industries, to invest in entrepreneurs, to empower the youth. You understand? To create jobs. Creating job is one thing, and empowering a youth to create other jobs is an entirely different thing. So this is an area we really have to look at, because if the business is not sustained, most of those things will go out of use. Okay, so let the government also look at going into the hinterland, going into every senatorial district, setting up all kinds of businesses, you understand, empowering those who are into the field of agriculture, creating jobs for the teeming youths, and also looking at maintaining the tempo which they have used to support the educational sector. So I believe that if they do this over a long period of time, the human capital development, you understand, will now merge with the environmental development that's coming up. And that is what we call development in a whole. If the people are developing, if the people are improving, if jobs are being created, you understand, if there is food in the market, okay, then this it will complement all this development. But if it is one-sided, like what we had then is some can criticize. We had such things like that in Abakaliki, whereby the environment is looking good, but there are no industries, there are no employment, there are no human capital development on the other side that will complement all those things, because it is the people that will come and spend their money, enjoy this facility at the end of the day. If they cannot afford it, if they cannot even come closer to that place, then maybe Natalie's theory will now be taken to the next level, that this thing is totally for the bourgeois. The common man would definitely not have the opportunity to enjoy these facilities.
Well, just a quick disclaimer there. It's not my theory. I'm referring to your fellow lawyer, right? Your fellow lawyer who said that. So it kind of struck a chord, you know, about reserving it just for the executives. I'm like, I think everybody should be able to experience the 100-room hotel. Your expectations. After today, what are your expectations from the hotel in terms of delivering what it promises for, as it's been described, a four-star hotel?
I expect a top-notch management that is dripping with excellence, customer care, marketing, you know, designing programs and training that can enable the youth. They're now reading hospitality management in Godfrey University, ESUT, and other private universities in this town. So I'm not just looking at it as something that where people can go and lodge. I'm looking at it as a hub of hospitality where people can go and learn, where people can go and do all kinds of things, and let the management be top-notch and let it be seen that yes, the money being realized is also being plowed back into the business. Let it not be like what we had the other time when it generated money, but the maintenance was so poor to the extent that it became almost like a poultry farm.
What do you suspect will be the challenges with running the hotel?
Management. Management is going to be the biggest challenge. If the government have actually given it out to a private sector to manage it, probably hold it on a...
That's Amber Hospitality.
Yes, that hold it on a 30% or 40%. Any percent the government is holding, that's okay by me. I think the people have made 100% investment into it. Let us get a management company that can now give us a management style and, you know, business that will match the level of investment that have been made into that place. Because people will be going in there, checking out the facilities, lodging in there, checking out the pools, using the hall, and, you know, making use of the facility. And it is during usage that you can know exactly the type of refurbishing that have been done, because the wear and tear would definitely come in at the end of the day. So the ability to manage the place very well, take good care of customer, generate the money that is required to be generated at the end of the day, not generating the money and you can't see it in dashboard, pilfering, and people coming in, governmental officials coming in with their aides, coming in with their friends, and they will eat and they will not pay, and all the if they can stop all that kind of a thing and go right deep into, you know, transparent management, I believe that in the next 5 years it will still be, you know, blooming with life. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for joining the show today, and I hope that we continue to discuss this way in a positive light. Thank you once again.
Thanks for having me.